I get questions all the time about my Argos, and I thought I'd take a moment here at, what are we at, about 7,000 feet. I'm here with a couple of my good friends, Gary and Mark. None of us affiliated with Argo in any way, but these are such unique vehicles that I thought I'd share something. I can't stop at a gas station without somebody taking a half hour of my time trying to figure out what they're looking at. So I thought I'd record this for another couple of good friends of mine, Rex and Gary down at Western Skies Argo in Ogden, Utah. What you're looking at here is a 2019 Argo Aurora. This is the 950SX, so it's their top of the line powertrain. I've outfitted this one with a high torque transmission. Now that takes a little bit of my speed in the summertime, but gives me quite a bit more torque to cut through the powder and run these tracks. The tracks are an additional option. You'll notice that these run as an 8-wheel drive. They also have a 6x6 variant. And all of the suspension is run in the tires. They run bead locks on them, so in the summertime you run these at like 2 PSI, which is actually a better ride than you'd think. You air them up to about 7 to run the tracks, which is what we've done here. And really, inside of these units, they're set up like you would normally see just maybe a double row seat of like a regular side-by-side, maybe like a Rhino or a Pioneer or a Polaris Ranger as far as seating. This particular top that we're looking at is a unique offering that is a partnership between Western Skies Argo and I would say the best hard cab maker in the world, Alumilite Armor, which is also in Utah. Here you can see these guys. If you want to buy a top for any ATV, call those guys. If you want to buy a top for an Argo, call Western Skies and they'll hook you up. This top is designed for people that use Argos and understand the challenges. One of the things about these, and of course this is an amphibious vehicle. You take this thing out on the water, go fishing if you want to. So one of the tricks that you've got to do is you've got to balance your cab and your protection with weight. This particular cab with DOT glass, these aren't plastic windows, this top weighs just a little over 200 pounds. Once you strip the doors, and these doors, you can slip right off like that, set it aside, take all 4 of those off, take the front windshield and the back window off, and you're good to go. Now, getting inside of an Argo is kind of tricky sometimes because if you got a top on it, and that's why this unique thing has been designed. If you look here, there's a little latch that'll pop that top open. These are also removable, incidentally. But if you want to have some shade in the summertime, they don't weigh much. I plan to keep mine on. Now, getting into the Argo is as easy as stepping up onto the track with a tire and then stepping into the vehicle without having to duck and do contortions that a fat old guy like me, I just can't do. So this is what I have to do. And I think they're great. You can drive with the tops wide open if you want. I do that. I love having the air come through. These windshields are fantastic. It's got a double system where you can see I've got it popped out, letting a little bit of air in as I'm driving down the road. You can also pop these and it'll stick straight up at about a 90-degree angle. And it runs great. Now, I would say by far the biggest question that I get about this Argo is how does it do in fresh snow? Now, Gary's up to his knees in powder. And as you can see, this is floating pretty good. We're about to go the last quarter mile to my cabin. In this fresh snow, it looks like a snowmobile's been up before us, but I'll probably bust a little trail to the side of it anyway. And you'll get a feel for how these things do. And I wouldn't go to my cabin without something like this. But why don't we jump in? Gary and Mark will follow me up, and you'll get a feel for how it goes up in the snow in a steep angle. Now, the incline of this, we peak out at about 18 degrees of climb through the snow, which is, what is that, like a 40% grade? It's ridiculous. It's way too steep. Doesn't ever bother the Argo, though. Let's go for a ride. Well, there you have it. Other than horsing around making videos, my feet wouldn't even be wet. Not a problem. If you haven't looked at Argo recently, you ought to look again. Call my buddies in Western Skies in Ogden, a phone call, and I'll hook you up. Thanks.